Welcome viewers to the Unit 2, Session 1, Part A, titled Introduction of Basic Human Skin, Hair and Nails of Assistant Beauty Wellness Consultant, Lecture Series of Class 9th. Let me introduce you to the topic of the unit first. This unit gives you an insight into the anatomy, function and physiology of skin, hair and nails and their common disorders and respective remedies. The student will also learn to identify the skin types, hair types and nail conditions. Our skin, hair and nail care services must be suggested based on client's need, requirement and budget after thorough analysis and consultation. So, let's begin the Session 1, Part A. Firstly, we will see the objective of the session. First, we'll understand the skin functions and then its anatomy. Let's see the function of the skin first. Skin is the largest organ of the body. It performs key functions resulting from multiple chemical and physical reactions taking place within it. The basic functions of the skin are as follows. First, protection. The skin protects the body from injury, heat, radiation, chemicals and microorganisms. It protects the body from ultraviolet radiation. Second, thermoregulation. The skin also works as a temperature regulator, enabling the body to adapt to different temperatures. Then, vitamin synthesis. Vitamin D synthesized in the skin in the presence of sunlight. The next is excretion. Through the secretion of sweat and sebum, the skin performs excretory function, eliminating a number of harmful substances resulting from metabolic activities. Next, immunological role. The skin plays immunological role too, as the Langerhans cells pick antigens from the skin and carry them to the lymph nodes. Next function is sensory function. The skin has a complicated network of fine nerve terminals. These nerve endings carry the sensation of touch, pain, temperature, wetness and itchiness. The next function is respiration. To some extent, the skin breathes, taking in oxygen and vaporizing unwanted gases. The next function is hydration. The skin can hold moisture and this keeps it soft, supple and moist. Now let's see the skin structure and anatomy. Skin thickness varies a lot from 0.5 mm thick to 4.00 mm. This is the largest organ of the body. It weighs around 5 kg in adult. The skin is made up of 3 separate layers. First, epidermis, second, dermis, third, hypodermis. Let's see one by one each. Epidermis. Epidermis is the uppermost or epithelial layer of the skin. Serve as a barrier for infection, as it is waterproof and prevent the loss of water from the body. The epidermis also prevents the entry of foreign bodies into the body. It does not have direct blood supply, as it contains no blood vessels and all nutrients are transferred to it from the dermis layer. The epidermis is further divided into following layers. First, stratum corneum. The thickness of this varies a lot, around 20 to 30 cell layers. It is the topmost layer. This consists of keratin and horny scales made up of dead keratinocytes, also known as enucleated squamous cells. This layer also plays a vital role in immune defense. The next is stratum lucidum. This layer found in the palm and sole and made up of 2 to 3 cell layers. It consists of illidine. Illidine is a clear intracellular protein, a transformation product of keratinochylin. The next is stratum granulosum. This layer, made up of 3 to 5 cells, contains diamond-shaped cells with the keratinochylin granules and lamellar granules. Keratinochylin granules contains keratin precursor that eventually aggregate, cross-link and form bundles. The lamellar granules contains glycolipids that get secreted to the surface of the cell and function as a glue, keeping the cells together. The next is stratum germinativum. This layer is consisting of a cuboidal and columnar shaped cells. These are active cells constantly produced by the keratinocytes. This is the deepest layer. This layer is separated from the dermis by the basement membrane called basal lamina and attached to the basement membrane. This layer also contains melanocytes. The epidermis has three main types of cells. They are first keratinocytes. This is the specialized structure lies between epidermis and dermis. As the keratinocytes become more mature or differentiated, it accumulates keratin. Later on fall off. It includes various protein structure linking the basal layer of keratinocyte to the basement membrane, which ensure that the epidermis sticks firmly to the underlying dermis. The next type is melanocytes. These are pigment producing cells. They are present in the basal layer of the epidermis. Melanin protects the skin against ultraviolet rays. Two major types of melanin are produced. First is pheomelanin and second is eumelanin. These cells produces a black colored pigment called melanin, which is responsible for skin pigmentation, which are then transferred to keratinocytes. The next is Langerhans. These are immune cells found in the epidermis and are responsible for helping the body to identify allergens. The next is Merkel cells. These are found in the basal layer of the epidermis. These are oval shaped, necessary for light, touch and sensation. The next is dermis layer. It is a fibrous connective tissue or supportive layer of the skin. It lies below the epidermis. It contains blood capillaries, nerve ending and sweat glands, hair follicle and other structures too. Dermis consists of collagen and elastin fiber. It is also known as true skin. Dermis contains two types of gland, sebaceous gland and sweat gland. Let's talk about the collagen fiber first. This type of fiber predominates the dermis. Collagen fiber has enormous tensile strength and provides the skin with the strength and thickness. Collagen bundles are small in the upper and papillary dermis and forms the thicker bundle in deeper or reticular dermis. Next type of fiber is elastin fiber. It provides elasticity and flexibility to the skin. Collagen and elastin fiber are bound together by mucopolysaccharide gel, in which nutrients and waste can diffuse into and form other tissue components. The next layer is hypodermis. It is a layer that lies below the dermis. It is also called subcutaneous tissue. It mainly consists of fat cells, that is adipocytes, nerve cells and blood vessels. The fat cells are organized into lobules, which are separated by a structure called septae, which contains nerves, large blood vessels, fibrous tissues and fibroblasts. That's all about the skin structure. Let's talk about the pH. Assistant beauty wellness consultant must understand the concept of pH and its utility in beauty and wellness industry. So, what is pH scale? pH scale is used to measure the acidity and alkalinity of the skin using numbered scale from 1 to 14. Acid have a pH less than 7 and alkaline has a pH more than 7. Normal skin have a pH 5.5. pH means potential hydrogen. The amount of hydrogen in any solutions determine whether it is more alkaline or more acidic. The product that is more acidic can have a pH ranging from 0 to 6.9, while the product with a pH ratio 7 to 14 are more alkaline. The pH of the oily skin is acidic, while dry skin pH is alkaline. Examples of acid: stomach acid, lemon juice, vinegar are the example. Let's see the example of alkaline. Hair color, Soap solution hair straightener. Scale at the center, that is 7, which is neither alkaline nor acidic. It is a neutral base. Skin is a protective layer, helps to fight infection and environmental pollutions. Environmental pollutants eventually lead to change the nature of the pH of the skin. The pH level of the skin varies a lot from person to person on a scale of 1 to 14, with 1 being the most acidic to 14 being the most alkaline. Many factors can affect the sensitive pH balance of the skin mantle, both remotely or inside. As we age, our skin turns out to be more acidic or more alkaline, depends on our lifestyle. All factors that interact with our skin, for example, products, smoke, air, water, sun, contamination, can add to the separating of the skin mantle, disturbing the skin's capacity to balance it. Hereditary as well as diet plays a huge role in deciding the pH of the skin, controlling inward and outward pH level. Let's see some tips to maintain the pH of the skin. First, don't use hard water to wash your face. A simple beauty tip for face is to avoid washing it with hard water because it contains various minerals of heavy metals like zinc, nickel, iron, copper that can create inflammation and irritation. Second, avoid harsh cleanser and toner. Use natural and little acidic cleanser that do not harm your skin and preserve natural moisturizer of the skin. Avoid using cleaner with a high alkalinity. Third, include natural food that helps to maintain the pH. We should eat natural, unprocessed and nutrient-rich food to maintain the pH of the skin. Next, avoid acidic food. If our food intake is somewhat more on the acidic side, for example, eating too much meat, poultry, cheese, dairy, heated baked goods, white bread, caffeine, our body needs to work more to neutralize these food to balance our body's pH. Next, fifth, incorporate basic nourishment. Basic nutrient helps the blood to retain more oxygen and helps the absorption cycle, which thus result in a more clear skin. Nutrient, for example, kale, garlic, carrot, cabbage, apple juice vinegar are known to have a pH adjusting properties and should be included in our diet. That's all for this session. Let's recall the main topic of the session. First, we understood the skin function. For example, we understood how the skin works as a protective organ, how it helps in vitamin synthesis, thermoregulator, respiration and hydration. Secondly, we understood the anatomy and various layers of the dermis and epidermis and hypodermis. We understood that epidermis is further divided into different layers, that is stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum germinativum, and dermis consists of elastin and collagen fiber. Third, we understood the pH scale and how it is used to measure the acidity and alkalinity of the skin using a number scale from 1 to 14, and how the factors such as the food, air, age, hereditary affect the pH of the skin. So, be good to your skin. You will wear it every day for the rest of your life. So, viewers, that's all for now. Keep watching, keep learning. See you in the next session. Thank you.